Hello, my friends. So, the title of this video was supposed to be provocative because what I want to do is I want to tell you that the way that I practice is much better than the way that you practice. Now, obviously, I do not believe this statement. I do not think that one practice is better than another practice. If someone has evidence to prove that one practice is better than another practice, then please provide it. I think there's different levels of understanding and maybe even training and dedication that one person may have over another. Like let's say somebody is a practicing Wiccan in name only, whereas someone else bothers to take classes on herbalism, learn how to do astrology charts, studies under a lot of different teachers, etc., etc. Then you might be able to say that one person is more experienced or more knowledgeable than another. But as for each particular tradition and path within Wicca, I think it's very difficult for us to make a judgment and say that this is better than that. It really just depends upon a point of perspective, really, than anything else. It's really kind of hard to measure. So one of the things that I've noticed on YouTube is this tend towards eclecticism, meaning that it's just kind of you want to spread your net and you want to explore all kinds of different paths and pull from various traditions, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that that is any better or any worse than one particular person who, like, let's say, sticks to one path and one tradition. There are people who do stick to one path and one tradition, and that is what they follow. There's nothing wrong with either one of those choices. It's really just a matter of personal opinion. So for people who may be new to especially Wicca, paganism, and are looking for some kind of guidance and understanding, like, what path is right? Do I stay on one path or do I pull from many paths? I think the best advice that anyone could give you, or at least that I could give you, is to explore a lot of different things and find out what it is that appeals to you. And I've heard a lot of people talk on YouTube about how anything goes and you can become a Wiccan if you want, and all you have to do is just want to become a Wiccan. And that is true. I'm not going to discredit those statements. I think it is true. If you want to become a Wiccan, then you pursue that and you become a Wiccan. The truth of the matter is no matter how long you've been practicing, if you've been practicing for 30 days or 30 years, you're still doing the same thing. You're still learning new things. You hopefully are always trying to achieve something better. It's not a pursuit that ends. At least that hasn't been my experience. It's always learning and always exploring and always finding out things. And the thirst for knowledge, if anything, it gets more intense the longer you study. So I don't know of anyone who's plateaued at some point and said, well, you know what, that's it, I've learned everything else, and moves on to the next thing. They can do that if that's what they so desire. But one of the best things that you can do is, when you're new, is to reflect inward. Look towards yourself. Think about what it is that you believe and follow your instincts and follow your gut and follow that and let that lead you to what you wish to pursue. Once you do find something you want to pursue, is learn about it. Learn the history of it. Learn how things work, why things work. Depending upon the level of involvement or level of training that you want, you may find yourself delving very deeply into finding out about correspondence or herbalism or astrology or tarot. You may find yourself with a lot of different subjects, and each one of those subjects can seem overwhelming or daunting. Just approach it from just slowly approach each topic and learn a little bit more, and as you go, you're going to learn more and more and more and more. So one of the other things that I would like to express is that I have often heard types of Wicca or paganism as types of martial arts. And I think that that is, for the most part, a pretty good analogy. You can go to the library and you can get a book and you can learn about martial arts and you can practice martial arts and you can actually become quite skilled in a particular martial art. Anything that we want to learn, we can pursue it on our own and do that. There are some people who just take to it like a duck to water. However, there are some people who may choose to seek out somebody who is already trained in a particular tradition or particular path, and they may wish to study with them or study with a group. And I don't know if one is better than the other, because the study of the occult and magic and Wicca can be very subjective, but I want to put that out there as another possibility, so that people who are new know that there are options. You may, if you want, just pursue your own studies and find where that leads you. You may find yourself in a position where what you want to do is you want to meet with other people and possibly study with other people and learn from other people. So those are two possibilities. But if anybody ever approaches you or tells you that A is better than B, ask them to explain why A is better than B. Because the chances are the only reason why they think A is better than B is because they practice A and somebody else practices B. That is usually the only difference. Thank you, and blessed be.